Crypto Warriors? Welcome back to the Gym of Crypto. I'm King here with a special segment called Diversify Our Portfolios. That's right, our new segment, Diversify Our Portfolios, will go into detail and start to review some of these sought after altcoins, DeFi, places and spaces, and NFTs that you all love to watch and look after to diversify your portfolio. Today's segment and our first segment is being sponsored by none other than the Divi project. That is right, diviproject.org. We just had someone from the project on about a week and a half ago talk Masternodes with you all, Masternodes in general, and then also how to start and operate a Divi Masternode. So today I won't go into detail when it comes to Divi Masternode since we had that and it's still live on our YouTube page if you want to check it out. But we will dive into the Divi project. So again, this is a sponsored review by Divi, so make sure you do your own research as well. But if you know us here at the Gym of Crypto, you know we give unbiased and objective reviews regardless. So just want to make sure you know that. All right, let's jump into it. Crypto made easy. That is what you see when you first log on to Divi's homepage. And I have to admit, Divi's homepage is beautiful, people. I love it. The user interface looks good and it is very simple. The first thing you see is that crypto made easy. And I like how they do it too. You know, you got the symbols in the background, then it actually comes out into a word. And it has this mission here. Divi's mission is to accelerate the adoption of digital currency to make life better. We make crypto fun and easy. I will say just off a first glance, if you're anything like myself, and I will have to say I'm more of a serious investor these days, that doesn't do anything for you, right? You're like, cool, but what does it do, right? So let's go ahead and scroll down and check out this homepage. Frictionless payment ecosystem you can see here. Best in-class user experience, crypto-powered finance solutions. All the promises, right? You see this on everyone's homepage. They tell you either what they're doing or what they're working on. Divi is no different. A lot of things on their homepage they do not have out as of yet, but they are working on it. Some of the examples would be that I don't believe they have the debit card out yet, the personal finance account or the currency exchange, and I know for sure they don't have the digital wallet, but those are the things they are working on. Of course, right now, this first one, Earn with Divi, the Masternodes, they do actually have out right now, and it seems to be working well for those who are involved in that project. So that's good to see. Of course, we'll jump over to the white paper here in a moment. Develop with Divi, they have developer resources here, and of course they have some of the different people they worked with. You can see BitHum, BitMax, and a couple I have never heard of as well. So they're out there. Community, we will definitely go into detail about the community, and then that is the page for itself. So just off of the home page, I want to make a comment about it. Divi's homepage is beautiful, people. It is beautiful. I love it. And the reason why this is important, two things. First, for their mission, their thing is all about making crypto easy, right? And you can see here, adoption of digital currency to make life better. We make it fun and easy. Their homepage makes it look fun and easy. If you didn't know anything about crypto and the first introduction you ever had to cryptocurrency was this web page, you would say, oh, something is fun. It's something that I can do. It is reminiscent of Robinhood, the app. The app Robinhood is very similar. In fact, they were actually fined. I don't want to give the wrong regulator name out there, but one of the regulators, SEC, one of those guys up and down the list, fined Robinhood actually after essentially a complaint, almost a lawsuit was brought against it saying they made trading too easy. That is right. If you can believe it, Robinhood was fined because of their user interface. The regulators determined that, hey, it's making it too easy for younger people to trade. They're promoting it to younger people, and they're not actually promoting the risk associated with trading, as they're just making it look beautiful and easy to do. Now, to me, that doesn't seem like an app or an exchange problem as much as a user problem, but that's neither here or there. The important part is that is what Divi is actually trying to do. They're trying to do the same thing. They want to be the Robinhood of crypto in a sense of the look and making it easy. So for that alone, I'm going to go ahead and give them a hand clap because we all know people get scared of cryptocurrency. They get scared of Bitcoin. It's too technical. It's too many numbers, bits, information is going on. If you're anything like me, that doesn't scare you. You know, you can look at some of the back end code and understand it. You can send Bitcoin to another Bitcoin address, not worrying if you sent it to the wrong address and your money would be lost, right? But for many new people, seeing those Bitcoin addresses, seeing all the literature and all the words and the verbiage that goes into crypto is scary. So just off the strength of their website, making it look beautiful, having a great user interface. And I mean, it literally even says here, best in-class user experience. I would say this is a plus. This is a positive for them. A great example will be Dogecoin, people. Dogecoin makes crypto easy. It's cool, it's fun, and it works, right? So I'm comparing them to Dogecoin in the sense that they're making it look good, and that will already get the appeal of many people. Believe me, it's commercial. It's very similar to what Coinbase did as well. Coinbase made their website look beautiful. If you didn't know any better, you would thought Coinbase was Facebook, but a crypto exchange. They made it look beautiful. They made Bitcoin easy to buy, even though we know you're not literally buying it and owning it. Coinbase is, but they made all this stuff look good and feel easy. So that's the same steps Divi is taking. And if they can take those steps the appropriate way, I think this would be a good project, again, just off the strength of the front page itself. But we know that doesn't get everyone's investment. That's for the low-hanging fruit out there, the dumb money that's just throwing money in every direction because things look good. But for you refined investors out there, let's not wait any longer and dig into the white paper. Of course, that's one of the first things I want to see about a project when it comes out. Now, the first thing you'll notice about the white paper here, it is on the same web page as everything else Divi has to offer. You can see on the left side, contribute, security, hygiene. They actually have some good stuff or best practices there as far as remembering your passwords or making seed phrases there, FAQ, troubleshooting, BPS guide, client setups, Masternodes setups, default configuration, data directories. I mean, they literally put everything here on the web page for you to see. You can see on the right side, this is some more of that technical stuff we were talking about: Shell, JavaScript, CPP, JSON, Markdown, HTML, CSS, and TypeScript. So again, more coding stuff on the right. I'm assuming that's all for developers, so that will only make sense for me to see it as that way. So again, going toward the white paper, you all know me. I like short white papers because the Bitcoin white paper was short. Although it's kind of tough to see how long the white paper is for the Divi project since they put it on the web page this way. But let's take a peek at it, right? First thing I noticed, it came out in 2018. That was the last time. That was the last time it was updated. For those who don't know, the Divi project was actually launched in 2017. Now, for me, they were launched toward the end of 2017. Almost every project that launched toward the end of 2017, if you don't remember, that was the last big bull run we had for Bitcoin. That's when we saw Bitcoin hit 19,600 in the first couple of weeks of December of 2017. It was crazy. It was ICO craziness going on. People getting ICOs for 100 million here, 50 million there, so on and so forth. I make that point because the projects that came out at the end of 2017, I was not too keen on across the board. Some were good projects, but by and large, there was a lot of people trying to catch the money wave. Hey, we're here too. We want the dough. Let us come in and do something and make some noise, right? So once I found out Divi was launching at the end of 2017, to me, I already had a red flag. I was just like, why are you coming in at the end of the party, right? But what brought them back to grace, in my point of view, was that they stayed through the bear market of 2018 and 2019. They didn't disappear. They could have did a money grab there and actually disappeared during that time. And I think once during that time, they actually did have a pretty good pump, but they decided to stay around, hang around. So I wanted to point that out because that is important. But looking at this summary, again, everything we do has one goal in mind: to make popular cryptocurrencies easier to use so that both people and businesses will adopt them en masse. And then, of course, they go into detail about what cryptos are. This is the part of white papers I don't like, that's fluff to me, that they could take out. Like, don't tell me what cryptos have the power to do. You're not Bitcoin. Bitcoin already put all that in the white paper. Just tell me what your project does. All right, that is for every white paper out there. For the white paper and project, for the projects I talked to back in 2017, who had 90-page white papers plus, 50-page white papers plus, when the ICO market was going crazy, who are sending them to Bitcoin Zay and I on a weekly basis or daily basis. Really, it's like, hey, we're not going to stop to read 80 pages of your white paper of your next level project when Bitcoin took 8 pages and it is the next level project. So things like this, I just want to point out, I don't like seeing it, period. But it's a part of the white paper, so whatever. So again, they mentioned crypto here for a specific reason, saying they can't happen the way they are now with slow and expensive fees, impossible to understand, so on and so forth. Now, again, they're talking about all cryptos out there in general because they want to make popular cryptos easy, right? As they say, they want to make popular cryptocurrency easy. I'm over here calling it cryptos too because they put cryptos instead of just crypto. But essentially, that isn't the problem with everything across the board. So they're saying that we're going to solve a problem before it even starts. Now, on our show, we do say that almost every project has scaling problems. So this may be that fix to it. Again, this is the Divi network is being powered, as you can see, by the MOCCI, the revolutionary one-click Masternode installer. That is the highlight of Divi. Again, we've talked about that before. Their Masternodes, they have, I think, 4 different tiers: copper, bronze, gold, and diamond or something, or platinum. You can check out those tiers as well. I can click on them here. But they have different tiers. I won't go into too depth about their Masternodes. But when they came out, this was their thing. They were really hanging their hat on, was that, hey, we have these one-click Masternode installers. Of course, we've been shown how to do it, and they actually work. And again, in 2017, Masternodes were huge, people. A lot of people saw that Dash Masternode go from being worth a couple $1,000s to almost $100,000 by the end of the year. So it is possible to diversify in the Masternode space. Again, we've talked about that before. Now I got to jump on Divi right here because this is what I do not like to see. I wouldn't use Bitcoin as your popular cryptocurrency you want to basically displace or help, essentially. And that's what they're doing here. They talk about everything that Satoshi did, peer-to-peer electronic system, and Bitcoin. While Bitcoin is successful in its own way, it says here, it has strayed from its intended purpose and become a store of value rather than a currency. There is some truth to that, but you have to be careful with your verbiage on it, Divi, because this is the same type of words Bcash used, Bitcoin Cash, when they came out. They was like, hey, Bitcoin ain't doing the right things anymore. Again, you go down the white paper, and you come on, Divi, you got X on scalable. Bitcoin has been scaling, people. If you remember, it couldn't scale in 2017, then it scaled again. And I think right now we're starting to go through some similar scaling issues because the network is being so congested, or is becoming congested from the amount of people finding out about Bitcoin. You got the Coinbase IPO or direct listing coming up. That's definitely going to have a lot of people come over to crypto, right? But to say it's not scalable isn't true. Like, technology is scalable. So I don't like that it's not scalable there. And again, Divi has a check on the scalable, and it's like you don't have enough customers to say you can scale yet. So I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the fast thing. I disagree. Bitcoin to me is cheap. The easy to use part, I will give you that, Divi. The easy to use part and safe for newbies. To me, these are the two things: easy to use and safe for newbies. These are the two things they should be highlighting more than scalable, fast, and cheap. Those are the two things I think the money makers at. But let's keep reading. All right. Digital money for mass use. Again, this is the Divi project. If you remember, when they first launched, they actually launched as an ERC20 token. That's right. They were on the Ethereum blockchain with their DiviX token or whatever, right? It wasn't too long, a few months after that, they developed their own blockchain, which is now home to their native Divi token. But initially, they were on the Ethereum blockchain. So the Divi project, as you can see here, they said these are the important aspects that set it apart from other cryptocurrencies. User-friendly smart wallet. Some cryptocurrencies for sure. 5-layer one-click Masternode system. That is definitely different than other cryptocurrency projects. Lottery blocks. We're going to talk about this. If this thing actually works and they have these lottery blocks running, that is totally different from crypto projects. Crypto banking, we'll be talking about that. They recently had a partnership with the bank, so they are planning to offer all type of debit cards, accounts, payment systems. They are working on that. Multi-coin system, atomic swaps and exchange, what I just mentioned to you. They're working on creating that wallet app and to turn into exchange. So we'll talk more about that. Security by design, vaulting, we'll talk about. Scalability, I don't listen to anyone talking about scalability until they actually have to do it. That's just my own take. And advanced governance system. All right. So this is pretty cool to see. First up, their user-friendly smart wallet. Their new blockchain allows them to socialize and humanize financial experiences by hiding the crypto underneath an easy-to-understand user interface. As they say, our smart wallet is being designed to remove all the pain points that currently prevent most people from getting excited about cryptocurrencies. So again, they go into that wallet talk using all that buzzwords and fluff that I hate to see. Just get to the point. I'm going to bring up the wallet that I actually downloaded from Divi. You can see it here. First came gold and silver, then fiat, then crypto. As it loads here, you can kind of see it loads pretty quickly. That's always a good thing, loading the block index. And I'll show you all this. I don't have any Divi in my wallet yet, so this is just a wallet to show you. But from what I've seen from the wallet, I haven't played with it in depth. Clearly, I haven't sent or received any transactions. But as far as it being like this new smart wallet or something we haven't seen before, I'm not noticing any readily different things about this wallet than other ones. It's a good looking wallet, so that's always good. That's always cool to see. But I'm not necessarily noticing anything that makes their wallet that much better. So maybe one day as they unroll more to it, you can see here payments and subscriptions. You can manage your PayPal payments and subscriptions. Now that part is new, right? Haven't seen that on a wallet before. I haven't unlocked that yet as well. Let me see what happens if I click unlock. So unlock your wallet. Oh, I need to actually get my password. I'm not going to show you all that, so I'll do that un momento and come back to the screen. Let's see. Unlock it here. I was going to do it off the slight chance you all can see everything, but it looks like you actually can't, so I'm not worried about it. There it is. There it is. All right, Divi wallet. 5 minutes. Unlock this bad boy. On this tab, you can manage your PayPal payments and subscriptions. So that's pretty cool to see. You got your display here. This is all just the setting stuff. User. It's the Masternode. You can set up here from the in wallet. Security, maintenance. You've seen all these before, and then general settings on here. So let's go to this wallet. Again, you can have Masternodes actually in the wallet. So I will say that's pretty cool to see. Create your own your Masternode. You can just click here. As they say, it's a 5-minute one-click thing, and it looks like that's true. So I take back what I just said. That quick. I guess this is a smart wallet, people. Unlock your wallet again. Unlock wallet. See what happens when I do this. Oh, there it is. I told you I will show you these. Copper, 100,000 Divi. Silver, 300,000 Divi. And gold is 1 million Divi. I could have sworn they had one. There we go. Platinum, 3 million Divi. And diamond, 10 million Divi. The diamond Masternode has a 120x chance of winning over copper. 34.5% or 34.5 times chance of winning over copper. So it just tells you how often these Masternodes may actually win over the copper one. So that's pretty cool to see. Again, once your wallet actually has those coins in there, all you have to do is subscribe, and you literally have a Masternode that quick. And I know at one point some of these things are giving you up to 23, 24, 25% of an ROI. Of course, you have to continuously check those when it comes to price and what the market's doing. But that is cool. And I take back that last statement, people. Like I said, it looks like they are a smart wallet. You can actually also see your breakdown of your wallet: coin market cap, total balance, spendable, unconfirmed, pending, allocated. And that's your balance breakdown. So that's pretty cool to see as well. All right, recent transactions. Like I said, I don't have anything you can send and receive. Regular wallet as well. I will say I like this. You can have an address book on there already, send by a phone number as well. This is the stuff I think Divi's working on to make crypto easy. Send by a phone number. That is crazy. We haven't seen that yet out there in the crypto space. So if I can literally put in a person's phone number and send them crypto that way, I'm assuming you probably had to sync your address book to make that happen. But I think that's a pretty cool thing to see as well. Again, the send, the receive. And here's my public address. If you all do want to gift me some Divi, I will not say no to that as well. You can see your history here, of course, and then here's the actual address book. So you can add addresses, enter address, you can enter the label, and boom, you are good to go. So as I just mentioned, people, I'll take it back. This is a smart wallet. I like it. I will. And here's the cool thing about our show and everything. We do a lot of stuff live, people. Including these reviews, as you can see, or this is pre-recorded, but I am talking to you through it live, essentially, for myself. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. That was a user-friendly, smart wallet. You can do a lot in that wallet. So, yeah, there's another plus to it for it. 5-layer, one-click Masternode system. We just saw that as well, so we know what the Masternode is about and how you can get involved in that. I think that's also a good thing. If you're using that wallet, I believe you can actually stake your coins in the wallet as well. But to just set up your own Masternode without having to do any extra work as far as staking, that's an incredible thing to see. Lottery blocks. This is unique in crypto too. Once per week, one of our Masternode holders or stakers will strike it rich by mining a lottery block. This will pay them 252,000 Divi and 10 other people 25,200 Divi each. To be eligible, one must have a staking wallet with minimum 10,000 Divi in it and connected to the Divi network. So again, I just mentioned that staking. We're talking about diversifying our portfolios, right? Well, right now with just the Divi project, we know we can get into the Masternodes, or we could actually stake Divi in a wallet itself and have a chance for a lottery block reward. So that's 3 different ways to get paid using Divi right now. So far, so good. Of course, I haven't done the lottery block thing myself, but I'm thinking about staking 10,000 Divi. I was at 7 cents today. Stake 10,000 Divi. I'm thinking about doing just so I can see if I can get one of these lottery blocks, because that's pretty cool. I think something like that would encourage more people to come over to your network, if not for the bare minimum of saying I can stake $10,000, or excuse me, 10,000 Divi, never look at it again, and possibly get this block reward to have more Divi, which of course, whether you believe in the project or not, when it comes to altcoins, oftentimes many people sell that altcoin back to Bitcoin. So if that's one of your trading plays, if that's the way you move in the market, this may be something you want to consider. All right, crypto banking. This is where we're about to get even more in depth in the Divi project. Divi Smart Wallet has many new ways to manage money, such as protecting your transactions more securely by requiring the receiver to confirm a PIN code. Again, I will give it to them. This is new stuff to make the user experience even better. Now, my thoughts on a lot of this stuff on the Divi project is just how centralized or decentralized it is. Because if you have all this stuff where you can require a PIN code, you have lottery blocks. I mean, unless everything is already automated, I don't see how it doesn't have some type of centralization to it. So that's something I definitely want to point out to it. But this is pretty cool to see. A lot of people get scared, as I mentioned already, sending Bitcoin to the wrong address or losing your money forever. But if you can send it to an address and require a PIN code, even if you were to send this Divi to the wrong address, I'm assuming it wouldn't process. So again, this is pretty cool to see. It also says it has features to help you save, share, collect, and track taxes. Oh, don't we love taxes in the Bitcoin world? Oh, I'm being facetious. But again, I know a lot of people do care about that, and this is a big thing. But what's even bigger to me is that this means they plan to be around, people. Like that's the important thing when you see stuff like this. When a crypto company creates a feature for you to keep up with your taxes, that means they plan to be around. So you will have to actually use that feature to report the taxes from that project. So because that's a positive signal to me, because they're even putting in their white paper like, hey, we're working on stuff for you to stay in app, to stay in the wallet and not leave, with this taxation being one of them, or being able to record it. So that's cool. They also mentioned this vaulting feature. I've never seen this as well. Vaulting features allow you to store money on the blockchain, so nobody, not even yourself, can remove it until a predetermined date, which is more secure than brick and mortar banks, and also good for long-term savings such as college funds. Again, I like this feature. My only question would be, what happens if a person dies, right? What happens if a person doesn't go back on that predetermined date? So many questions, but the feature itself, if it works, is pretty cool to see. I mean, we're talking about a whole new way of not only financial custody, but also like estate custody, right? Like you talk about your Divi coins or smart contracts or money promised or guaranteed, or even in your own savings account that you want to stay away from your money, to be able to put money into a project. And I'm assuming one day this could probably be linked with smart contracts, but to put money on their blockchain and for no one to be able to access it until a certain date is definitely a cool new feature. And again, they're calling that vaulting. All right, their multi-coin system. Their smart wallet will not only work with Divi, but also Bitcoin, Bcash, and Ethereum too. Again, I'm not putting too much stock into that, because the wallet should, I think almost every crypto wallet should work with most cryptos. I'm not really a big fan of crypto wallets only working for their cryptocurrency, because then you will literally have like 20, 30, 40 wallets trying to keep up with every project. So again, that's pretty cool to see, but I think everyone should have it. Same thing with atomic swaps and exchanges. But what makes this atomic swaps and exchanges more important is that it kind of gives light to their roadmap, Right now, they don't have all this. Like I said, they're not using the atomic swap technology. And we talked about atomic swaps all the time. For those who don't know, atomic swaps is just trading in apps. So you don't have to go to exchange and switch your Bitcoin for Ethereum or Ethereum for this or that for that. You can do it all in apps. So atomic swaps, they've been around now for a couple of years at least. Again, something else every wallet should have. But the exchange part is the more interesting part to that. Again, our exchange partners with provide in-app solutions to this as well, allowing users to buy, sell, and trade or convert from crypto to fiat currencies and back. Now, this part is big, and this has to do with the banking relationship they've established. More on this later when it comes to the roadmap. But this app and some of the other things they're doing with the bank is what I actually think will be the saving grace of this project when it's all said and done. We'll talk more about that. Security by design. You can read more about that. That's security. Vaulting. We just talked about vaulting. But again, how do you make it more secure than a bank? They call it vaulting, which offers a variety of saving opportunities and secure funds in a time-locked account that's inaccessible by anyone, including the funder. Again, this is pretty cool to see if it actually comes out and works. I think this would be amazing. Scalability. I'm not talking about scalability yet. They haven't had to do it. And then the advanced governance system. We are building what may be the most innovative governance system in the cryptocurrency world. Coin holders will be able to vote to modify parts of the blockchain itself, such as the inflation rate, fee amounts, and even turn some features on or off. Eventually, they will be able to elect some of Divi's leadership and vote for funding proposals too. So this is an innovative governance system. Pretty cool to see. We've seen other governance systems in the past try to work, looking at you, Dow, but don't always work as intended. But again, this will be cool to see, especially the more they get toward decentralization. I'm always on board, and this looks like a way toward it. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to work when they talk about Divi's leadership and the funding proposals. But again, having that governance in a blockchain is super important when you want to modify and do different things with it. So that's cool to see. But of course, that's something that always has to be monitored, not only with Divi, but every project out there to make sure they're sticking to what they said on that. Here's their organizational structure. You can see here. They talk about their team, and that is what I want to get into next. I want to talk team, people. You have to talk team before anything. The leadership team is highly experienced. CEO and co-founder Jeff McCabe has a master's degree in physics and has led 3 multi-million-dollar businesses to success before co-founding Divi. Michael Greenwood started at Microsoft as a senior developer, age 19. They talk about his accolades here, and as well as last but not least, it was one more person I'm not seeing on here. Nick Saponaro. You know, I can't talk and say names. He's the lead full stack developer, co-founder and general manager of the team as well. So that's the team. Those top 3 people, of course, whenever you're looking at any project, you want to look up the team to first make sure they are at the very least real people. I know it sounds crazy, but in 2017, during the ICO craze, so many projects had fake people, and they're like, literally, there are people that are just made up, stolen LinkedIn accounts, so on and so forth. There are so many people coming out saying, hey, I never support that project, or that's not me on there, or whatever, but it is a real thing. So again, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the people on the project. First, of course, is Jeffrey McCabe. I'm just using LinkedIn right now. For this review video, I'm showing you a basic look you should do. So I'm basically just showing you LinkedIn, Twitter, but on my own time. And the reason why I'm only showing you basic too, because I didn't want to put, even though they open it because they are in public, they open up themselves and their social media profiles to the public. You can check them out yourself. But when I'm looking up a team, I'm looking at everything online you can find about them. So I'm looking up Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, what you did 10 years ago on whatever social site. I want to see it all. So the good thing is all 3 of these people do have public LinkedIns. They're out there. If you can see, it's Costa Rica Spanish. It looks Spanish to me, not Portuguese. So I'm going to say Spanish for now. But again, it's talking about him on his LinkedIn. You can check it out. This is the CEO and co-founder, again, Jeffrey McCabe. One thing I want to point out here is he's also the founder of Lightning Works, a blockchain and NFT-based media company. And for a bit, he had this Crypto Tomorrow website going. It looks like it stopped. It got, they probably just stopped the site. Crypto sites are very difficult at this time. But again, something I had to point out. This site came out in 2017, right? Came out in 2017 at the top of the crypto craze. And then this Lightning Works came out in 2019. I'm not sure how much work Jeffrey's doing with that. From my knowledge, I do believe he's in the LA area. So hopefully we can have him on here for an interview and ask him about some of the different projects he's working on and how that equates or how that relates to Divi, at least when it comes to his time management. So you see Jeffrey McCabe there. He has a Twitter profile as well. He tweets. He's alive and well. That is good news to see. It looks like he hasn't tweeted for a while, but he does have a Twitter profile, so you can check that out. Next up, Michael Greenwood. Michael Greenwood was the initial CTO, from my understanding, the Chief Technology Officer. You can see here on the Divi project. Now, the thing that worries me, I won't say worried, but the thing that's interesting to me about this CTO is that he only worked for Divi for a couple years and left. Now, I won't say that's unique to Divi, because if you go through his LinkedIn, you can see he actually works 2 years at a lot of places. And if you all know me, hey, 2 years, I get in, get out, get my money, I'm gone. So I understand. Sometimes people are like, look, I was hired to do X, Y, and Z. I'm not hired to be here for forever. I'm hired to start the project and to keep it pushing. So this may be possibly how this person works. Again, third one up, Global Director of User Experience, 2 years and 7 months. When he was actually at Microsoft, 5 years. Okay, so that makes more sense. But the last few projects, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, a year and 4 months currently. So after that, of course, I wanted to see what he had to say about the project. With this project, I was able to deliver a working blockchain protocol and desktop wallet in the blockchain cryptocurrency space, completing the entire project in a very condensed time frame and with an extremely limited budget. Throughout the development process, I focus on the audience engagement aspects while contributing my input for all their product aspects, and I serve as a sole individual designer while simultaneously writing code and conducting code reviews. Talk about multitasking. Other contributions to the project included generating both content and the roadmap and integrating the Exchange platform. To keep the project moving to delivery, I provided oversight for the entire process lifecycle, including building and developing our team. And of course, it has some of the things he's done here. So a couple things. This isn't good. I mean, it's good, but it's not great. You know how it is when you do a write-up, and especially if you worked at a company. You're not about to blast it. But I will say with cryptocurrency projects and companies, if they are good, you're not going to want to leave, period, because the upside is so high, right? So to me, I did see that as a red flag. I also saw as a red flag where I'm not sure if he was seriously joking or being serious. But this is a lot of work that he had to do on his own, and he clearly makes it known that he did it on his own. I focus on the audience engagement aspects while contributing my input for all other product aspects, and I serve as a sole individual designer while simultaneously writing code and conducting code reviews. Since he left, I would say I haven't seen a lot of the development on the development side come out, but I know they're working on their digital wallet, so it may just be one of those things where there's overlap, right? But again, they came out in 2017 at the height of the ICO craze, and it looks like they tried to push out a project quickly. That's the way I read this. Came out in 2017, you hired a developer. Hey, we want this project out as soon as possible to catch this market. And again, I understand. I'm not mad at that, but it's something to be noted. So again, that is Michael. But the positive thing about this is that Michael did work. He's worked at many companies. He's been a developer of different companies, and he knows what he's doing, right? So to say all that, I would say Divi picked the right person to get their project off the ground and running, right? Last but not least, it looks like the Chief Information Officer and possibly the CTO as well, Nick Sepanero. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but again, gives him a little bit of his background here. Chief Information Officer, GM and lead full stack developer is here as well. So he is the person overlooking the execution deliverables outlined by the Divi project, as you see here. So, and it looks like, yeah, he does have experience engineering and developing as well. So again, these are the three people. The thing I like most about all three of them is that they are public, as I already mentioned. I've seen Nick speak at a couple of engagements And I think he was actually Ken Bozak did something with them a year or two ago, a couple years ago. So I have seen these people publicly, and that is always a positive thing for the crypto project. And another positive thing, while I talk about 2017, to still be here as a cryptocurrency project, and you started in 2017, you lived through those 2-year bear markets. And that may have been the reason why the last developer actually left. I mean, he left during a bear market. It might have been, hey, we know we promised you X, Y, Z, and we thought we could pay you this and do that. But it's a 2-year bear market. So that may have been the reason why he left. But my point is for this company and this project to still be around, trying to figure out ways to reinvent themselves and to mature, I think it's a real project, and I give them props for that, because I'm telling you people, 2018, 2019 was very hard for everyone in the crypto space, period. So for them to keep this project rolling, I'll give them a shout out on that one for sure. All right. So that was the team. We saw that here. I want to go ahead and talk about this roadmap before we actually talk about the coin stats. I see the next thing on the white paper that starts going down coin stats, the smart wallet, and all that good stuff. I want to talk about the roadmap. Making Divi. Divi is investing in critical programs to advance our 4 strategic things: deliver innovative solutions, grow Divi value, delight our customer, and achieve operational excellence. Again, to me, this sounds like they haven't clearly figured out exactly what it is they want to do and how they want to do it. But as we continue on, I think they have a pretty good ideal understanding. Not to confuse you, but we'll go on more with it in a moment here. So their roadmap. Things that have already been launched was the brand and the websites, and of course the desktop wallet I just showed you. That's okay. I will say that's okay, especially since their what is it called? Then they're staking, not the staking, their Masternode, especially since their Masternode has been off the ground and working. So that's cool to see. Now what they're working on is the mobile pay with the wallet, the mobile wallet, the Earn, multi-channel help desk, and financial institution partnership with a U.S. institution, to be more specific, because again, I believe they partner with a institution already in Costa Rica, so they do have banking relationships in Costa Rica that can extend through the rest of the world. It's just not in the United States, of course. Next, we're still working on that mobile pay wallet, the Divi bond, whatever that is. What is the Divi bond here? Grant to a private investment group to create an investment product that includes up to 20% of Divi. The investors found that Divi's unique characteristics of high value growth, along with high staking rewards, made it uniquely suited to their product, which will be offered to accredited investors in the U.S. and private investors in other countries. Again, so they haven't told us exactly what this bond is going to be, but it looks like they're working on something. Lightning Works, wax NFTs to create the world's first blockchain-based scarce animated comic books. Again, not sure how they're going to be working with Divi, but if you remember, the Divi co-founder, the Divi founder actually co-founded Lightning Works. So this is his project. So I'm assuming he plans to implement that somehow. Maya Energy here. Again, so they have a lot of stuff on the map. And again, even later, mobile wallet exchange, mobile pay, desktop wallet, Redivi integration, eDivi, WrapDivi, and Permatac. Now, my beef with this roadmap, it's no dates. It's no dates. You have to have dates. I don't know if this roadmap has been looking like this since 2018 or has been looking like this since 2021. I don't know, because there's no dates. And I think dates are very important, especially when you've been out for 2 years right now. I mean, I want to see the date these things were launched. So, or excuse me, I said 2 years, longer than 2 years at this point. But another reason why dates matter is to hold these projects accountable, right? To hold them accountable. And then for traders and investors, they're looking at that as a fundamental analysis. Hey, if you're going to be launching a mobile wallet in Q3, then maybe I don't invest in your project until late Q2, right? If you're not going to be doing a mobile wallet exchange like right here until 2024, then maybe I'm not as interested in your project. If this mobile wallet exchange is going to be out in December of 2021, now you have my full attention. You're talking about the exchange, right? So the bad with the good. The bad, you don't have dates. We don't know when you actually plan to roll this out. The good are some of the things you're talking about, which we can roll into and talk about right now, actually. The first being that digital wallet, right? It's not out yet. I just showed you the desktop wallet. This is the digital wallet they're working on. Now, To me, it is very reminiscent of Shapeshift. It reminds me of Shapeshift essentially. And that's not a bad thing. Shapeshift is good. It works. Fees are kind of high because, centralized and everything, but it works. And you can see here, using the Divi wallet to send, earn, and exchange currencies, including Divi, Bitcoin, US dollar, and Euro in real time across town or around the world with just a single swipe. Now, if you know me, you know I would not be keeping the majority of my portfolio in this wallet because to me, it just it's too many entry points. I don't like that many entry points. But the cool thing about it, I would say, is that earn part. There aren't many, if any, wallets that you can go on your phone and actually earn crypto on as well. I know there's a couple working on it now. I believe Exodus may have just released something along those lines. But by and large, that isn't like, I can't go on 90% of the crypto wallets and say, I'm going to earn as well, or I'm going to stake, or I'm going to have a Masternode in it. You just cannot do it yet. So again, this is where that roadmap is important. Because that roadmap is saying, hey guys, we have this coming out in the next 3 months in the next quarter, and this is huge news for the project, right? It's especially off the heels of Coinbase going public or having their direct listing, as well as Exodus saying they're going to do the same thing. Why not be third in line? Hey, we got this digital wallet. The only thing is we don't know the date when you're going to release it, right? But it is coming out. You can sign up now to have early access. I can't even say that word. To have early access to be a beta tester. I actually did sign up, so I can't wait to get my hands on that wallet to become a beta tester. But again, this is their wallet, and this is what they're working on. And again, you can see here, earn additional income simply, earn as a validator with our one-click setup, stake your Divi. With one click in the app, you can start earning more Divi by using our staking vault or participate in that weekly block lottery we talk about, 500,000 Divi to 11 lucky winners. Now, again, that part of the wallet makes it desirable. It makes it cool because I am telling you, people, if you can stake your spending change, think about that. I always tell everybody, I use Cash App. I put $1 in every time I have some change, $2, whatever. But I buy Bitcoin with that $1, $2, whatever change you have. But if you could actually stake that change, imagine if Cash App, instead of me buying Bitcoin, I could say, well, I'm going to stake it in this different crypto. That's what it looks like they're trying to do here. And for me, if I have my spending change on my phone, my loose change, $30 here, $100 here, $20 here, whatever, and I can actually put that to work staking and pull it out when I want, then that alone makes this wallet and this project worth something up front. I mean, that alone is something very powerful. So that was pretty cool to see. Exchange currencies in seconds. Of course, you can do that with, or they're talking about regular currencies, excuse me. I was gonna say you can do that with every wallet, but they're talking about regular currencies. So again, this looks like you'll be able to do, of course, cross-atomic swaps with the regular crypto, or as you can see, Divi for USD. Only thing I will say about that, cool, very cool to see. But knowing the United States, that screams KYC, AML, know your customer, anti-money laundering. And if that's the case, then you may have to sign up with your fingerprint and your blood type to get on this app. Won't be the end of the world as more crypto companies start going that direction here in the United States, because gang ain't playing it no other way. So you might not have a choice on that one, but that is something I want to make sure I say, because I hate doing it, people. I hate doing it. But for something like this, it may be a necessary evil, and I'm pretty sure you will have to do it, which is why they already mentioned having that tax reporting in app. Essentially, that's for this cause, and that makes it even cooler. I will give it to you. Track all your currencies and earnings in one place. Again, whether you're staking or running a Divi node, you can see it there. Here's coming soon: Divi card. Spend crypto anywhere. A Visa MC debit card funded by your crypto balances with the Divi wallet. All right. So when it comes to any type of Divi card, or any type of Visa cards, debit cards, whatever cards for the crypto space, many have tried, not many have finished that line, right? There's only been a couple of projects that have actually made a good card that people can use. There's been many projects who said they were going to make a card and then dipped out last minute and the project disappeared. Now, I don't think that's going to happen from Divi. Because again, the fact that they stayed around during the bear market means they're here to stay. I will say that. The fact that they have that tax thing on there, they're here to stay. But the debit card, I will warn, it could work, it could not work. I think it's probably 60-40 not working. But it's still that 40% chance it could work. And it has nothing to do with the project itself. It has more to do with the difficulty of cryptocurrency and debit cards in the United States even wanting that to exist. Now, with all that being said, if they're doing it with Visa, the possibilities are becoming better every day. As we know, Visa has partnered with Ethereum. They're trying to use Ethereum to settle their transactions using stable coins. Hey, why not add in Divi to the mix if they can make that partnership come about? So that's pretty cool to see. And again, this is Divi. Going back to that homepage, people, it looks pretty. It just looks pretty. It looks good. There should not be a reason why you invest or trade projects, but in the crypto space, that actually matters. It is a reason in the crypto space you would trade and invest in different projects, because a lot of the people in this space aren't those, as the SEC and everyone will call them, they aren't intelligent investors, right? They don't know any better. But seriously, especially the younger people, when they see stuff like this, it is attractive. Hey, whatever, this looks easy, I want to buy in. So I want to highlight this again. I think they are doing the right thing by having their website look like this. So again, it's going against some of the things this wallet, that app wallet can do. Divi wallet, one account, all your devices, and that is this. So again, pretty cool page. Their wallet looks like a smart wallet. It does look like a smart wallet. It has a lot of things you can do in it. I can't wait for it to be released so I can actually jump on it. So let me just take a peek at this roadmap and see if this is the same roadmap as the one I saw. Yep, same one, same roadmap. So nothing's changed on it. But yeah, I cannot wait to see what happens with this wallet. All right, next up, after wallet talk, have to go toward community, right? Or excuse me, after roadmap talk, have to talk about community. And people, the way I'm looking at these projects the way I'm looking at this project is the way I look at most projects initially. Before I get into, let me see some TA, let me see this and all that. I just want the fundamental, who are you? What's your roadmap? What's your community? What's the price points? What's the market looking like? I dig into those fundamental analysis first. So I'm not logged on here, but this is the Bitcoin Forum. For those who don't know, Bitcoin Forum has been around for forever. I still use the Bitcoin Forum as an indicator of community involvement and market sentiment when it comes to these different projects. And the first thing I would notice is that it's unfortunate, but Divi project only has 18 pages. Like, so to give you all an example, when I see a new project, I literally Google Divi Bitcoin Forum, Divi Bitcoin Talk, right? I'll just actually redo it in front of you. So I would say Divi Bitcoin Forum, type that in, and literally I will go down to, I see the Bitcoin Talk, bitcointalk.org. That's the Bitcoin Forum. You can see dates for different postings right here. Divi speculation discussion thread, February 18th. I need to go check that out. But boom, so I will click on that. Now, the first thing you need to know about, and that's definitely the wrong one, but it brought you to, it looks like they have 2 pages in. This was just a topic, a crypto project that goes beyond the ordinary. Let's see if I can actually find the Bitcoin Forum. Bitcoin Talk. Maybe I need to put in Bitcoin Talk. Bitcoin Forum usually works. I guess I did put in Bitcoin Talk earlier. Boom. So there you go. Click on this again. And there we go. See, I'm glad I did this all in front of you because I knew I had to be on the wrong page when I only saw 18 to begin with. 18 was way too short. I'm not sure. That must have been an old thread. Let me see if I can pull that back out for you all. Boom. This probably isn't it. I can't find it. It's okay. But essentially, so I go on these pages. I don't look at the first couple of pages. 2 reasons. First, because they're from years ago. You can see here, this is from October 2017. And not only that, usually the first few pages on the Bitcoin Talk forum are the team itself. There's somebody from the team. You can see here, this is this guy, Newbie. I don't know who Newbie is, but this is the first post. He's probably from the team. I usually go to the last page first to see where the date drops us off at. So on this one, yep, I was on a newer one. This date drops us off in 2019. Big red flag to me, people. I don't like to see forums stop at 2019. I definitely don't like them to stop with newbies. As you can see here, newbie, senior member, okay, newbie. And don't get it twisted. Some senior members are getting paid to shield projects out there. So just because they're a senior member does not mean anything. To be honest, I'm probably still a newbie on Bitcoin Talk forum. And I can tell you now, I've been on it since 2016 as a lurker. I just never say anything. So my thing is still probably a newbie or whatever junior member as well. And I never post. I just use it to lurk and look up projects. So it looks like I was on the right one. This one has 34 pages, but again, it ends in 2019. So this is a dead Bitcoin talk to me. So let me go back to the last one I had up. This one ended on page 18, but it ended in, was it? Well, today somebody just posted one. April 4th. Here we go. We got, before the last couple, we got one April 4th. You got one February 21st. You got one January 12th, October 30th. So essentially this year you have 3 to 4 new posts. That is scary to me when it comes to community, people, because you need a community. I mean, it's basically, you need a community, right? And this one hasn't been updated in a while. So red flag to me when I look at the Bitcoin Talk forum for sure. I looked at Reddit as well and some other sites, red flags across the board. And I don't blame that on Divi. That's actually, it could possibly be a good thing. And the reason why I say is because oftentimes the other thing that can happen is that when new projects are really getting started, they're not spending money and time on marketing. They're spending their money and time on actually developing the project. So if that's what Divi is doing, they're saying, hey, we're not worried about Bitcoin Talk forums. We're not doing this and the other. We're worried about building a good product. Then I'm not mad at them for that. I will say, even though the Bitcoin forum isn't active, their Telegram channel is active. Of course, I can't get on Telegram on the computer. I can do it on my app. But their Telegram looked like they had about 5,000 people on that Telegram channel. And today when I logged on, about 400 to 500 people were active. So that's a pretty good percentage point when you look at the amount of people on there, the amount of people active, and everyone was talking about Divi. So I will say their community is alive and well on Telegram, but on the Bitcoin forum where I like to get my information from, I did not see anything. So again, that part was a red flag to me. All right, so that's community. And at the end of this, people, I'll give the rankings, the ratings of what I think this project is out of 5 stars with all this involved. All right, let's talk about the Divi price today. Market cap $117 million, $735,197. Market cap's a bit low for me. The volume is what scares me. Now, I will say I believe the volume yesterday hit almost 400,000. No, it hit over, about $400,000 some change. As you can see, it's down over 55.21% on the 24-hour clock. And 24 hours before this, it was higher. So again, the volume's down from like 400 and something thousand. But this volume scares me. And it's not just a Divi project. It's all new projects or newer projects or low market cap projects. It scares me because like with a few people, you can move this volume. Like you could pump this thing with a few people essentially. And again, that's for many projects out there. It's not just Divi, but I'm talking about Divi, so I had to point that out. Other thing that's a red flag to me, circulating supply, essentially $2.247 billion, right? Or dollars. 2.2 billion Divis, 2.25 billion Divis that are out there right now, but it doesn't actually say the max supply. It just says it's circulating supply. So I know there's 2 billion and some change out there, but I don't know the what will be the total supply. So I don't like seeing that. Again, let's go ahead and look at this price chart. Since its inception, it goes all the way back to here. You can see October 13th, 2018. I'm assuming that's when they released it on their own blockchain and got away from the Ethereum side of the house. But some of the things I want to point out, as I said, Divi had a couple of pumps already. You can see here it pumped earlier in 2020, June, pumped a couple of times. These were the pumps I was kind of curious about because most cryptocurrencies were not pumping at this time. So they had their own pumps happening. It looks like 3 separate ones. You had one June 7, 2020. You had one, June 15th, 2020. And you had another August 11th, 2020. Again, there weren't many pumps happening then. Now, where the Bitcoin and the crypto pumps did start happening in 2020 was kind of October and November area where you're seeing it actually start to dip. Now, coming into 2021, we've seen one pump already. At about February 12, 2021 at 3 cents, and another one when it reaches all-time high at 0.078 cents. Since then, it's taking a beating. This last few weeks, it's taking a beating here. As you can see, it has retraced all the way to today to about 0.05 cents. So Divi had been pumping. I will say right now, seeing it hit its all-time high of almost 7 cents and seeing it retrace right now is actually a good time to buy in. I'm not saying that because this is a sponsored post or anything. I think this is a good time to buy in because the market is pumping. This thing is dipping. But we all know how crypto enthusiasts are out there. They're looking for the ones that are dropping down the most. I think if this has another day, another 24 hours of a dip, it's going to have its bounce back. It might not be that full 7-cent bounce back, but I think we will see a bounce, especially when you see the volume down 55% in the last 24 hours. So something you should keep your eye on, pay attention to it to see how low it could possibly slide. But again, when you're looking at some of these different tokens and these different projects, a lot of people are just looking at the price of the coin. So some people are going to see 5 cents and say buy, say less. So if that's the case, good. But I also suggest, finding a good entry point as well. So again, you go on CoinMarketCap, it tells you what Divi is, a blockchain project that aims to accelerate the adoption of currencies. It talks about the founders. I already mentioned them as well. What makes Divi unique. And it has some of these related pages. So on CoinMarketCap, you can go on Divi and see some more of this news as well. And again, Divi right now is at 5 cents. And it's funny, I think when I first was actually told about Divi, it was at 7 cents at the time. So for those who are interested in those Masternodes, 100,000 for the copper or whatever it is, at 5 cents a pop. You have a discount for a Masternode right now for everyone saying a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, those Masternodes cost too much when we did the actual project. So something to consider there as well. All right. Love this thing, this site here. Is this coin a scam? Now, I don't use every site I've pulled up for you people. I don't use these sites as like individual in of itself, end all be all. No, as you can see, all these windows I brought up, and trust me, I closed like 20 windows. If you saw my history when I brought it down, you saw the different windows I had open. But essentially, I look at so many different things and try to compare and contrast when I'm doing fundamental analysis. I'm not going to just look at one thing saying this is real or this is fake. I want to look at least 10 or 20 different sources and get an overall sentiment of how people feel before I dig in and do my own research. Now, Divi scores, I'll go ahead and score at the same time, but I will say that this website, Is This Coin a Scam? Check Divi. They did a great job describing the Divi project. I didn't look at this score until after I did all my homework and kind of came up with my own score. I do it off a 5-star system. I had Divi at like 3.5 stars. The halves for potential, but essentially I had it for 3 stars. Not a bad project, not a great project. Another crypto project, right? But like most another crypto projects, it has room for growth. So development. I kind of mentioned this already when I said the main developer left. I'm with them. Until this app comes out, development is at a 2.7. Great wallet. I'm with that wallet. Is amazing. You do the Masternode, you can stake in it. And then also, what's the other thing they had? They had the, where's this roadmap? They had the Masternodes, they had the staking, and they had one last thing. I can't think of it right now off the top of my head. But as far as development go, I agree. It's about 2.7, 3 of 10. Hasn't been much more, and the roadmap doesn't even have when this stuff is going to be released. Sentiment. I will say the sentiment is at an 8.1. I agree with that sentiment. And the reason why is because anyone who's been involved in Divi, if you talk to them, like most projects I know, but they are super happy to be involved with that project. So that's a good thing though, people, because there's also projects out there that people aren't super happy to be a part of. They're trying to get out of. So just all the sentiment alone, whatever, 8 seems fair to me. Like I wouldn't give it either or, honestly. I would kind of keep it in the middle of the road. Community, I'm with them. Community is at about a 5.2 of 10. I agree, out of 10, I agree with that as well. As we already said, I showed you the Bitcoin forum. Nobody's really on it. The Reddit, you get so people on Reddit. It looks like most of their community are in the Telegram channel, so that alone knocks it down some points. But the fact that their Telegram channel is growing and is active will put it at that 5.2. Awareness, totally agree with awareness, 0.68 of 10. Don't nobody know what the hell Divi is, which is why we are doing these review videos so you can do your own research and figure out if this is a project that interests you. So I agree with that as well. Awareness, 0.68 of 10. Credibility, 6.5 of 10. That's fair. That's fair. That's kind of like in that yellow range. Again, if I were to do over 5 stars, when you say credibility with Divi, I'll give them 3 as well. The people who work for them have worked for other companies as well, have founded other things. They haven't had seemingly they haven't had any scams from what I saw doing my quick due diligence. And not only that, with some of the companies they work for, and continue to work for, I don't think these people will kind of want to be involved if they are these type of scammers or anything like that. Also, they have that public presence. Like I said, I saw, I think one of the co-founders, the CIO, have an interview with Ken Bozak. I've seen McCabe around. Actually, when I saw his face, I was like, I've seen his face somewhere before. And I believe he lives in LA as well. So I always give people credit. I give people credibility when they're actually out and about and around. If they are out and about and they can catch a fade at a conference, you got to give them some credibility for that. And last but not least is volume. Volume 5.4 of 10. Again, I give it the same score, middle of the road. It's not great volume by any means, but it's not as crappy as some other projects out there either. So all in all, like I said, out of my 5 stars that I give projects, I give Divi a 3 and 3.5 star. Of course, that have being for potential. Now, that isn't a bad rating. It's not saying, that's something I want hands off on. No, it's where they're at in their project. They aren't at a Bitcoin, Ethereum, or even, I know you love it, so I'm gonna mention it, Ripple, XRP. They are not at these levels when it comes to the project in totality. But when it comes to an actual working project, a working wallet, a Masternode, staking, like you can make money off of this project right now. You can, like, that is a fact. You can make money right now off this project. So when I look at all those things, and I look at the team being there, Emmanuel reached out to me. It's like, hey, I would love to do a Masternode tutorial to get people on board. When I'm seeing all this stuff happen and all this stuff is active, then to me, it seems like a pretty decent project to start. Now it's just about developing that potential. Is that banking relationship in Costa Rica enough to create these Visa cards, at least around the world? Will they establish a banking relationship in the United States? Will that app come out in full functionality and work in the short term? I'm ready to use it right now. Like I said, I would love to put some money on that app and stake while I'm running about town. I don't know, at the end of the day, take it off and maybe I have an extra 5 or 10 cents. Who knows how it works, right? But because of that, I'm giving it a 3, 3.5 stars for the Divi project for sure. All right, so if you like this review and you want to get started, you can see here their get started page, ready to get started. Download a wallet from the section below and visit an exchange to purchase Divi. You can see the Divi download Divi desktop app. I said that all backwards. The download Divi desktop app. Tell me that's not a tongue twister. Download Divi desktop app. All right, you can download it for the MacBook, of course, like I did for myself, or for Windows, or just little penguin. Here's some of the wallets they're with as well. Exchanges, you can find them on BitTrue, BitHum, Stex, LA Token, and BitMax. So that's pretty cool to see. They can be found in many places. And again, this is the Divi project. And you know what? I would actually say shout out to Divi because I intended for this review to literally be like 12 minutes because that's what they paid for. But I went way overboard. So if I go overboard with a project, that means I'm actually generally curious, interested in it. So that's a good thing for Divi. Well, really quick, I will go back to this this project page they have, this wiki.diviproject.org with this white paper on there. You can see more about the white paper. That's not what I want to talk about. What I do want to talk about is everything they have on this page. People, for them to offer this much information, highly unlikely is scammy, right? Highly unlikely of a scam, of an exit scam, or of it being a bad project, unless they're just that sophisticated, right? We have seen sophisticated criminals come into this space and create entire offices with assistants and buildings. But this doesn't seem like it because as sophisticated as they get, they'll do the fake LinkedIn profiles, they'll do the fake, office, fake workers. I haven't seen any scams get this in depth on their page as far as everything there. I mean, look, let's click around and see this is real. Here, I'm on the, click on the introduction. Again, you got the JavaScript. It looks like I can't, it's probably a developer tool, so I can't get to it until I click on developers. But again, you can go to Masternode setup. It teaches you how to set up the Masternode right here. Data directory, you can see that here. Testnet, you can look at the TechNet. The SegWit testnet. Shout out for implementing SegWit. That was amazing to build. JavaScript implementation, you can see this here as well. You can go to the GitHub page. I love seeing open source projects or things that are on GitHub that we can actually check the code out for. Here's actually the reward system payout as well. I checked this out. It did not say the total coins. Here you can see here the starting coin circulation was 617 million, but it doesn't say the maximum. Here you go. Maximum coin circulation, no limit set, controlled by governance vote. We need to get that vote out ASAP, people, because I want to know the limit. Because the last thing I want to happen is they say, all right, we'll do 60 billion. We were doing 2 billion, we'll do 60 billion. I understand the reason why. It is actually, I will say it's a pretty cool thing to see. No limit set, controlled by governance. That is a form of decentralization. However, this is one of those times where it's like, I would like to see, even if it's a short-term maximum coin circulation, to say, hey, this is the coin circulation for the next 10 years, 5 years will change based on governance voting then once we mature. I would just like to see it in the short term. But again, you can go to rewards here, see the different rewards, ordinary block rewards, lottery blocks, transaction fees. I mean, they have it on here, media placements, security review. This is pretty cool to see. I love seeing this. I haven't seen many projects actually put their security review on there or who even did it. So the fact that they're mentioning that's also good. But the fact is they put a whole lot of information for users to actually come and check out themselves and to do your due diligence and to check to see if it's actually real or not. So again, for that reason, I will give them another hand clap, right? So again, people, this is the Divi project. Shout out to Divi. This is a sponsored post. I want to make sure I reiterate that. So be sure to do your own due diligence, do your own research. Here's the GitHub for the Divi project as well if you want to see it. But as I said, we do unbiased, objective reviews, and I, in my heart of hearts, certainly believe this is one of them. And to give you full disclosure, after this video, you did see my wallet was at 0. I am going to take a peek into this Divi project. I'm not going to let you go out there on your own and lose money and say, but did you lose any? If we lose money, we will lose it together, folks. I am going to get inside. I'm going to go get in this project as well. I'm not 100% on the Masternode. I did think about getting a Masternode. I might get one as well, just to see how it works. But I'm definitely going to do some staking in the wallet. I'm definitely going to get involved in this project. And the reason being because it's at that 5-cent price point. It does look good. They do have that digital app. I'm going to reach out to the founder and try to get him for an interview, because if that app can come out this year and make some noise while the bull market commences or is commencing and ongoing, then I think this project, just based off the way it looks, people, I think it can double. I mean, already we've seen it hit 0.078 cent. It retraced back down to 5 cent. So essentially you're saying, can it go? And I know I'm making this super rudimentary. I'm only doing it because I know this is the way some people look at their investments. If you don't believe me, look at Dogecoin. But a lot of people will say, oh, wow, it hit 0.07 cent, 0.078 cent. So it was only 0.022 cent away from being 10 cent and is at 5 now. Can I double it to 10 cent? Will it ever go back to its all-time high? Right now, looking at it, if the Bitcoin pump continues to happen, it will go back to its 10 cent, I believe. So right now, today, you're looking at a 100% gain on it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. That's the Divi project. Make sure you check them out if you're interested. Feel free to drop your questions in the comments below, because we will have somebody from the Divi project come check out this video and come check out the comments, and I'm sure they will want to know some of your questions and concerns. They'll answer them for you. Make sure you check out their Telegram if you have more personal questions. And other than that, this is our first of many segments, Diversify Our Portfolio, because we are diversifying our portfolios. We're not telling you what to buy, sell, or trade. Let's make sure we get that clear. This is not financial advice. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and we will see you all with some more crypto news. Cheers.